Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Old Man's Adventures here. And today we are looking at my newest acquisition, a Schwinn Axum DP. Now, first impressions, it is stock. It is right out of the box. I received it, I put it together, and now today I'm gonna take it out and test ride it. It is 100% stock. The color is supposed to be blue, but every time I look at it I see purple. So I think I'm gonna do some modifications on this bike, and I'm trying to come up with some decent color combinations. And if it's blue, I was going to go one way, but every time I look at it, it looks purple. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. I will figure that out. And hey, if you've got a suggestion, put it in the comments. But anyway, it's totally stock. I'm going to take it for my first ride today. I don't know. I've sat on the bike, and first of all, the saddle appears to be very uncomfortable, and I've seen some other people say that it's uncomfortable. So that's probably going to be one of my upgrades for sure. The dropper post works really well. The front fork, 100 millimeters of travel, and it has no rebound adjustment. That is its downfall, in my opinion. It is very smooth. I've pumped it up and down a few times, and it is incredibly smooth for a big box bike fork, but it has no rebound adjust, and I'm afraid, like I say, I haven't ridden it yet on the trail, but I have a feeling that it's going to pogo stick, because that's what Schwinn factory forks have historically done for me, is they pogo stick. And but you know, if they'd have just added a rebound to that, it's got a lockout that works, kinda. It doesn't totally lock the fork like my SR Sun Tours do, but it does. It limits its travel to like 5 millimeters or 10 millimeters or something like that. It's got a preload adjust, which is good. The axe derailleur, let's talk about the axe derailleur a little bit. Right out of the box, it had issues. It would shift, but it kind of wanted to mess up in the mid gears. It had problems in the midsection, mid cassette, and I tried adjusting it, and I could get it to shift up without any flaws, but then it wouldn't shift down without any failures. And then I could get it to shift down without any failures, but it wouldn't shift up without any failures. So I took the derailleur off. I put my homemade derailleur hanger, homemade derailleur hanger alignment tool on there, and the derailleur hanger was bent. So I straightened the derailleur hanger, then I remounted the derailleur, and then the problem I had was it would shift just fine, but when it was in first or second gear, the two big cogs, the chain would rub on the derailleur jockey wheel cage down there. And as you can see right now, it looks like it's really, really close. And I'm in the third gear. But it, so I had to do a little bit of hillbilly engineering on that, because and bend it just slightly, ever so slightly, bent that cage widen the mouth of that cage just a little bit so that that chain wouldn't hit it. And I've got it now to where it shifts good in all directions. Now I was test riding around the yard yesterday evening, and I did have some issues with the when I was in low first or second gear, and I put a lot of torque on the drivetrain. It wanted to shift to the next lowest gear, or next highest gear, I guess it was. So I may have an issue there, but I didn't do anything about it. I'm just going to hang on to it and see. I don't really like the Axe derailleur shifter either. It has a lot of dead play there, and I didn't think my others did, but then after comparing them, some of them do. So maybe that's just a thing on me. One other thing I don't like the flat bars. I would much rather have a riser bar on there, and probably will upgrade that as well. Probably do some hydraulic brakes, and then, you know me, I have to put a little splash of color on it. So I've got to accent that purple. And I don't know if it's going to show up on camera or not, but right now it looks dead purple to me. So hopefully we'll see how it works. I'm going to take it out on the first ride this morning, so I'll post a video of that as well. Have a great day. Old Man's Adventures. We're out. Okay, I'm back. I noticed something, and I wanted to clue you all in on this. As you can see now, I've got the Axum sitting side by side with my boundary, and if you look at the frames on these two bikes, they are almost identical. The only difference is seat stays are different, chain stays are different, and the seat post diameter is different to accommodate that dropper. But if you look at it up front, it's the same frame. I threw a tape measure on them, and they both, I think the Axum is maybe an inch or so longer reach, and I don't know why, because they're both large frames, but there is a little bit different in the length of the top tube, and I think it probably shows it. Yeah, it shows up on the camera there. You can tell by looking at the difference in the head tube and then looking at the difference in the seat tubes, that there's just a little bit more length in the Axum. But as far as frame design, they're pretty much the same. So that, in my opinion, makes the boundary an even better value. Of course, the main difference is the Axum comes with a cassette and a quick release on the rear and the front, and the boundary originally was bolt-ons, both front and rear. Of course, I have converted mine to quick release and a cassette, so I'm wondering if I kind of wasted my money getting an Axum, because typically now my modified boundary is basically an Axum. Of course, it's upgraded. I've got the Suntour fork on it, the 10-speed L2 group set. So it right now is a much more capable bike than the Axum, in my opinion. But we're going to give it a try. We're going to take the Axum out on the trail today, give it a try, and see how it works. And we'll let you know. I just wanted to, I thought this was curious when I parked them side by side and took a look at the frames, how similar they are. And I just wanted to put that on video and put it in one. So there you go. Old Man's Adventures out.